Good morning, girls. Today I am starting a new chapter, Unit 4, Chemical Kinetics. Okay, Unit 4, Chemical Kinetics, and this chapter is having 8 marks. Okay, so what is chemical kinetics? Chemical kinetics means it is a branch of chemistry which deals with the rate of a reaction. What is rate? Rate means it is a speed or velocity of a reaction. Okay, so rate of a reaction and the factors affecting rate of a reaction and the mechanism of a reaction. What is mechanism? The step-by-step study of a reaction is known as mechanism. So what is chemical kinetics? It is branch of chemistry which deals with the rate of a reaction and factors affecting the rate of a reaction and also the mechanism of a reaction. So that is known as what? Chemical kinetics. Okay. So first we are moving to what is rate of a reaction or velocity of a reaction. What is rate or velocity of a reaction? We know in physics velocity means it is speed. Right. So in chemistry also velocity means it is a speed. That is also known as what? Rate. How much speed a reaction is having. Okay. So consider a reaction. So we have to define what is rate or velocity. Okay. So consider a reaction having the reactants R and the products P. Okay. Reactants R and the products P. We know in the beginning the concentration of the reactants will be maximum, right? Okay. So suppose 5 gram, 5 gram sugar it is there. In the beginning, it is 5 gram. It is not undergone. It is not started any reaction. So concentration of the reactant is 100% at the beginning. But the concentration of the products at the beginning it is 0 because reactants are not converted into the products. So after some time what will happen? The concentration of the reactants starts decreases. Why? They are converted into products. They are converted into products. Okay. So what is the rate or what is the velocity of a reaction means the rate or the speed with which the concentration of the reactants decreases, or how much speed the concentration of the reactants are decreases, or the rate at which the concentration of the products increases at a given interval of time. So what is the rate or velocity of a reaction? It is a rate at which the concentration of the reactants decreases, or the concentration of the products increases at a given interval of time. Okay, at a given interval of time, the speed, how much speed the reactant, how much speed the reactants are converted into products, or at how much speed the products are produced. That speed or that velocity is known as what? The rate of a reaction or velocity of a reaction. So once again I will define. It is a rate of a reaction means it is a rate or velocity or speed at which the concentration of the reactants decreases or the concentration of the products increases at a given interval of time. Okay, for example 1 minute to 2 minutes. In 1 to 2 minutes, in between that time, how much is the concentration of the reactants decreases or how much is the concentration of the products increases. Clear? That is which one? The rate or velocity of a reaction. So how we can express this rate of a reaction? Okay. So listen here. Rate of disappearance of R equal to. Okay. So we have to consider the concentration of the reactants at a time T1 equal to R1 and at a time T2 equal to R2. What is we are considering? R reactants and P as the products. Okay. So I am telling you, listen. Suppose the reactant R is having the concentration at a time, R is the reactant, it is having the concentration R1 at a time T1. Okay. At a time T1 and R2 at a time T2. Okay. So the reactant R is having concentration R1. So concentration, how we will represent? Last year we know it is in square bracket, right? Okay, see here at a time T2, what is the concentration of the reactant? At a time T1, the concentration of the reactant is R1, and at a time T2, the concentration of the reactant is R2. So how we can write the rate of a reaction? Okay, so rate of a reaction in terms of reactant and in terms of product we can write. Okay, so first I am writing in terms of reactant, right? We know the rate, what is that, the concentration of reactant decreases. So rate of disappearance of R means what? Reactants. Okay, rate of disappearance of reactant R equal to negative minus concentration of R2 minus concentration of R1 divided by T2 minus T1. All of you know that at a particular time it was 5 gram, it is converted to 3 gram. Then what is the difference in the weight, or how much reactants are converted to product? How we can know? Taking the difference at 2 interval of time. Okay, so rate of disappearance, why it is disappearance means decrease in concentration, okay, of reactant R equal to, here we have to put a negative sign, that means it is decrease in concentration. Before writing the equation, we have to put a negative to show that the concentration of the reactants are decreases with time. So minus concentration of R2 minus concentration of R1 divided by T2 minus T1. So how we can write once again? Rate equal to, we know change, that is a large change. How we can represent? Delta R. Change means difference, we know, delta R divided by delta T. Okay, and we have to put a negative sign, I told you, because negative means it is what? The concentration of the reactants decreases. That is why we are representing the negative there. Okay, then how we can write the rate in terms of the product? Okay, so rate of appearance. Why? What is appearance? Appearance because the products are producing and its concentration increasing. Okay, so rate of appearance of P product equal to positive. Here it was negative. Positive means concentration increases. P2, concentration of P at a time T2 minus P1 at concentration of the P at a time P1 divided by T2 minus T1. Just like reactants, reactants R1 in time T1, R2 in T2. Products P1 in T1 and P2 in T2. So how we can write? Rate equal to plus means increase in concentration, positive delta P divided by delta T. Okay, so rate means in terms of reactants minus delta R divided by delta T. Minus means it is the decrease in concentration of the reactants, and in terms of products it is equal to positive delta P divided by delta T, because the concentration of the products increases. And rate we calculated this according to this, that is change in the concentration of reactant and products, is known as average rate. RAVG. What is it? Average rate. Why it is known as average rate? Means here we are calculating the rate of a reaction. Okay, rate of a reaction, it is not an exact, we are calculating an average rate. Okay, within a large time limit. It is not a small time. It is not in a particular second or minute. It is not calculating within a time interval. We are calculating the rate. So we can call it as a average rate. Okay, so we calculated, that is equal to rate average. Rate average in terms of reactants equal to delta minus delta R divided by delta T, and in terms of products equal to what is that? Plus delta P divided by delta T. So got it? That is which one? Rate of a reaction. Clear all of you? Rate in terms of products. Next is the graphical representation of a rate. Okay, on the basis of concentration of the reactants and on the basis of concentration of the products. Yeah. Listen here. See here in y-axis concentration of the reactant, and the x-axis it is given which one? Time. Y-axis concentration of the reactants, and in x-axis concentration of time is given. We know the concentration of the reactants decreases with time. With increasing the time, what will happen? The concentration of the reactants decreases. So here you can see this is the slope. Okay, in the beginning, the time it was not started, the concentration was highest. Okay, so maximum. Then after that, it will what keep on decreases with increasing the time. That is why this type of a slope, it was maximum, then it start decreases on with increasing the time. Clear? And you can see here it is delta R1. This is one line and this is the second line. That means the change in concentration of the reactants at a time interval of T1, delta T1. And here you can see this is a change in concentration of the reactants delta R2 at a time interval of delta T2. So it is clear, actually this gap is more than this gap, okay. So it is clear delta R1 divided by delta T1, that is the first, okay, greater than delta R2 divided by delta T2. What is the meaning of that? Means at the beginning, at a time interval of delta T1, that means at the beginning of the reactants, more the concentration of the reactants is decreases fast. That means more amount of the reactants are converted into products at the beginning. That is a time limit of delta T1. Clear? More amount of the reactants are converted to products compared to which one? Time limit of delta T2. Between the time interval of delta T2. That means more amount of the reactants are converted to the products. Okay, so that is why delta R1 greater by delta T1 greater than delta R2 divided by delta T2. Okay, so if they are asking draw means this is that slope, that is not slope, the curve that is keep on decreases with increasing time concentration of the reactants. Next is in terms of concentration of the products and time. Okay, so same thing will be there, but the curve will be opposite. How it will be means the concentration of the products in the beginning it was 0. It will increase with increasing the time, but concentration of the reactants decrease with the increasing time, but the concentration of the product increases with increasing time. So you can see here in the beginning it was 0. From where it is started increasing. That is why the curve is like this. It is the increasing. Clear? And you can see just like here reactant. This is P2. P2 means change in concentration of the products at a time interval of T2. Okay, and P1 at a time interval of T1. And here delta P1 greater than delta P2 or delta concentration of P1 divided by delta T1 is greater than delta concentration of P2 divided by delta T2. What is the meaning of that? Means in the beginning, here also what is that the concentration of the reactant is more, that more reactant are converted to products. So what will happen here? Here this time interval, in the beginning of time interval T1, more products will be produced because more reactants are converted to products. So the concentration of the products produced, production of the concentration of the products will be more in the time limit of T1. We know generally with increasing the time, what will happen? The concentration of reactants products increases. Okay, that is why the curve is like this. So in the beginning, that is the time interval of T1, more products will be and what is that? More products will be produced. And that is why delta P1 divided by delta T1 greater than delta P2 divided by delta T2. Okay, we know the rate of a reaction is expressed all the time it will have a positive value. Rate of a reaction will have a positive value. That is why in the beginning I told, while writing the rate of a reaction in terms of reactant, we put a negative sign. How it was? Delta R divided by delta T. Here what is their negative sign? Because the rate of a reaction will be negative, will be positive. Okay, so that is why we are putting a negative sign before writing the equation in terms of concentration of the reactants or other what is that, the reactants it is decreasing. Concentration of the reactants decreases. That is why we put a negative sign. Okay. Why this means the rate of reaction will be all the time positive. So how we can prove this with one problem is consider the rate of a reaction. The concentration of the reactant R is decreases from 1.2 moles per liter. We know the concentration we are expressing in which unit? Moles per liter. So consider the reactant is having the concentration 1.2 at a time T1 and 0.75 moles per liter at a time T2. That means the concentration of the reactant decreases from 1.2 to 0.75 moles per liter in a period of time of 125 seconds. Time is given how much it is? 125 seconds. So how we can calculate the rate of a reaction? We know rate equal to minus delta R divided by delta T. Minus delta R divided by delta T. That is equal to, what is delta R? Concentration of the reactants at a time interval, okay, T2, and concentration of the reactants at a time interval R1 divided by T2 minus T1. Clear? Okay. So what is, how we can write with this? Listen here. So it is given in this problem, it is given constant minus we have to put because the rate of reaction will be all the time positive. It is given after a time interval T2, it is concentration is from 1.2 to 0.75. It is reduced. Okay, 1.2 to 0.75. So at a time interval T2, what is the concentration of R? That is R2 equal to 0.75. 0.75 minus. Okay, so in the beginning at a time interval T1, what was the concentration? 1.2. Okay, so minus is there, divided by how much is the time interval? It is given 125 seconds. After time interval 125 seconds. That means T2 equal to 125 and T1 we have to consider it as 0. Clear? So T2 equal to 125. 125 minus 0. Okay. So after calculating we will get 3.6 into 10 raised to 3. 3.6 into 10 raised to 3. How we will calculate? This is minus. Minus into minus, it will come positive, right? So this top value will become positive. Here already it is positive. So after calculating we are getting plus 3.6. So rate of a reaction will be always positive. We will get 3.6 into 10 raised to 3. What is the unit of rate? We know here top the concentration, right? Concentration we are expressing in which units? Moles per liter. We are expressing in moles per liter, right? And here down it is there time. In second it is given. So what is the unit of time? It is second. Okay. So top it is moles per liter. Top it is concentration. Mole per liter. And down divided by second is there. So what is that? Second inverse. Okay, so moles per liter per second inverse. So generally, what is the unit of rate? What is the unit of rate is? It is generally we know delta R by delta T means it is concentration divided by rate. Unit of rate. Okay, we know generally concentration divided by time. Okay, so concentration means what we know? Mole per liter divided by time in second. So how we will write? Mole per liter per second. So what is the unit of which one? Rate. It is moles per liter per second. If it is in case of gas molecules, it is not concentration term. Which one we are using? Pressure, right? So what it will be? Atmosphere per second. Atmosphere per second in terms of which molecules? Gas molecules. Okay. So in terms of concentration, moles per liter per second. And in terms of which one? Pressure, it is atmosphere per second. So clear? That is about which one? The rate and its graphical representation. Next is instantaneous rate, right? Just now we told in the beginning it was average rate. Average rate we calculated using the equation in terms of reactant, that is delta R divided by delta T, and in terms of products it was delta concentration of products divided by delta T, right? What is an instantaneous rate? Instantaneous rate means that particular instant or that particular time, what is the change in concentration or decrease in concentration of the reactant or increase in concentration of the product at a given instant or at a given time. That is known as what? Instantaneous rate, at instant. For example, 1 second, that 1 second what is happening, 1 minute what is happening. Okay, so what is instantaneous rate means? It is a rate at which the concentration of decrease in concentration of the reactant at particular instant or at particular time is known as what? Instantaneous rate. So how we can calculate, how we can represent or how we can calculate the instantaneous rate graphically means just like our in terms of reactant. Okay, so this is x, y axis it is the concentration of reactants and x axis it is which one? Time. Okay, so we know in terms of reactants means concentration will be decreases with the decrease in time. This is the curve. Okay, so in this curve here you can see I marked one point P. That means at that instant what is the rate of a reaction, that gives the instantaneous rate. So how we can calculate the instantaneous rate at this point P is, we have to draw a tangent here. Okay, along that point we have to draw a tangent along that point. Then we have to take the slope of that tangent, okay. So here P is the point, we have to draw a tangent, then we have to calculate the slope of that point, slope of that tangent. That is calculated here dr, this is dr divided by dt. So what is the slope here? dr divided by dt. Why it is d? It is not delta. D means small change in concentration of the reactant and at a small interval of time, that is dt. So instantaneous rate we will get as which one? dr divided by dt. Okay, so how mathematically we can write it is rate instantaneous equal to limit delta t tends to 0. What is limit delta t tends to 0? Because there is no within that instant it is happening, there is no time interval or time interval is not there, minus delta r divided by delta t, this average rate at instant. That is why limit delta t tends to 0, delta r divided by delta t. This is we know average rate. Okay, so average rate limit delta t tends to 0 gives which one? Our instantaneous rate, that is minus dr divided by dt, minus dr divided by dt. This delta is changed to d. D means small change in concentration at small interval of time. Then in terms of products, how we can write is rate instant equal to limit delta t tends to 0 plus delta p divided by delta t. This is average rate in terms of products equal to same thing plus d concentration of p divided by dt. Okay, this is what our instantaneous rate in terms of products, and this is the instantaneous rate in terms of reactants. Okay, so here dr means what? Change in concentration of the reactants, small change in concentration of the reactants at a small interval time dt. dp means what? Small change in concentration of the products at a small change means small increase in concentration of the products at a time interval of dt. Okay, the dr means it is a small decrease in concentration of the reactant at a time interval of dt. So instantaneous rate means at a particular instant the decrease in concentration of the reactant or increase in concentration of the products at a particular time instant is known as what? Instantaneous rate. Clear about instantaneous rate? Clear all of you? Next is expressing the rate of a reaction in terms of reactants and products. Taking examples how we can write. Now simply we wrote delta R divided by delta T for reactants. Minus delta R divided by delta T for reactants, and for products delta P divided by delta T. So how we can apply that rate, calculating the expressing the rate in terms of reactants and products. So consider a reaction, general reaction. AA plus BB gives CC plus DD. Okay. Here A, capital B, capital C and capital D are here A and B are the reactants, and capital C and capital D are the products. Okay. And here small a, small b, small c and small d are stoichiometric coefficients of reactants and products. Okay. Stoichiometric coefficients of reactants and products. We know that 2HI gives H2 plus I2. Into HI, what is the stoichiometric coefficient? 2. It is like that. Yeah. So AA plus BB plus CC plus DD. Okay. So A, B, C and D are stoichiometric coefficients of reactants and products. So how we can write rate for this type of reactions? Clear? So we know if you are taking the reactants. Okay. So rate equal to, consider this A as the reactant. So rate equal to, how we will write? We know rate equal to minus delta concentration of the reactant divided by delta T. Right. Here it is the reactant. So how we will write that one? Minus delta into concentration of A divided by delta T. Right. Okay. But here A is there as the coefficient. So we have to divide each reactant and products terms by the which one? The coefficient. By the stoichiometric coefficient. So each one we have to divide by the stoichiometric coefficient. Okay. So how we will write the rate of this reaction is, so rate equal to, okay, we are dividing with which one? Stoichiometric coefficient. So minus, I am writing first, minus, what is the stoichiometric coefficient? A, okay, into delta concentration of A divided by delta T. Okay, equal to, next one is, which one is there? B. So minus 1 by B delta concentration of B divided by delta T. Equal to, no place, so I will write equal to. Next product, 1 by C, small c. Okay. Here, why I am not writing minus here? Here positive, because it is product. Right. Okay. 1 by C, delta concentration of capital C divided by delta T. That is equal to 1 by D, positive. It is not compulsory. If you want, means you can write positive 1 by D delta concentration of capital D divided by delta T. Clear? Okay. So what you have to write? Each, we know rate equal to minus, in terms of reactants, minus delta R divided by delta T. So each reactant A and B we are taking and we are writing, and we have to divide with what? Its coefficient. Okay. So minus 1 by A delta concentration of divided by delta T equal to minus 1 by B delta into concentration of B divided by delta T equal to plus 1 by C into delta concentration of C divided by delta T equal to plus 1 by D into delta concentration of D divided by, what is that? Delta T. Clear? So that is just generally for a type of reaction. AA plus BB plus CC gives DD plus AA plus BB gives CC plus DD. So example we have to write. So next I will write the examples. Okay. First example is given in your textbook is H2 plus I2 gives 2HI. H2 plus I2 gives 2HI. Okay. Here, which one is the reactant, hydrogen and iodine, and which one is the product, 2HL. So how we can write the rate? Okay, so first we will write here the reactants are hydrogen and iodine. So rate equal to, how we will write? Minus we have to put, and we have to divide it by the reaction coefficient. Here what is the coefficient? Any coefficient is given 1. So no need of writing that coefficient. Okay, so minus delta concentration of H2 divided by delta T equal to, here also no coefficient, minus delta concentration of I2 divided by delta T, okay, equal to, plus, why I am writing plus? Because here products, plus, what is the coefficient? 2. 1 by 2 into delta concentration of HI, place is not HI, okay, concentration of HI divided by delta T. That is the rate in terms of products and concentration, products and reactants, okay, in terms of products and reactants rate, okay. So next example is given in your textbook. 5Br minus plus BrO3 minus plus 6H plus gives 3Br2 plus 3H2O. 3H2O. Here we know AQ. Here also AQ will be there. Okay. Here it is AQ, it is given, and here it is liquid is given. We are not considering that. Okay. Only we have to consider the reaction coefficient. So how we will write is, we know here the reaction coefficient is 5. Here nothing is there. Here 6. So how we will write in terms of reactants and products. Okay. So rate equal to, here minus, why I am writing minus? Because it is the reactants. What is the coefficient? 1 by 5. Divide by the coefficient into delta concentration of Br minus divided by delta T. Right. Equal to, here no coefficient, so I will write minus delta concentration of BrO3 minus divided by delta T. Right. Okay. Then what is next? Reactant 6H plus. Oh, what is the coefficient? 1 by 6. So we have to put minus 1 by 6 into concentration delta concentration of H plus divided by delta T. Okay. So that is reactant equal to product. 3 is the coefficient. So plus 1 by 3 delta concentration of Br2 divided by which one? Delta T. Okay. Equal to plus, what is the coefficient here? Here also 3. So 1 by 3 delta concentration of H2O divided by delta T. Okay. So that is the, just you have to write, divide the coefficient. Okay. Then we can continuously write like this. So this is for which one? Example, second example. Then one more example, that is if the reactants and products are in gaseous state. It is not, if the reactants and products it is given in gaseous state. So in place of concentration, what we have to write? In place of concentration, we have to write their pressure, because we are expressing using their partial pressure. No? So in place of concentration, we have to write the pressure term. So for example, N2 plus H2 gives 2NH3. Okay. So N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. Here all are given gas. So how we will write is rate equal to, same as in place of concentration we have to write P, partial pressure. So rate equal to, here any coefficient is there? No. So minus partial pressure of nitrogen divided by, as usual, our delta T. Clear? Equal to, here what is the coefficient? 1 by 3. So minus 1 by 3 partial pressure of hydrogen divided by delta T equal to, here what is the coefficient? 2. So how we will write? 1 by 2 partial pressure of NH3 divided by delta T. Okay, so if they are given in gas molecules, all the reactants and products are in gas molecules, in place of concentration terms we have to use their partial pressure, and we are writing P4 in place of concentration. So Pn2 divided by delta T. Here no coefficient. Okay, so minus, here minus 1 by 3 because 3 is the coefficient. pH2 divided by delta T equal to 1 by 2 PNH3 divided by delta T. So that is which one? Expressing the rate in terms of reactants and products. So today's class, what I am told, the summary is, first one is what is kinetics. Okay. Second term was which one? Rate or velocity of the reaction. Then we wrote the expression. Okay. So average rate we wrote for in terms of products and reactants. Then its graphical representation was there, graph. Then instantaneous rate. Okay. Then last, now I discussed what is that, expressing the rate in terms of reactants and products. Okay. So that is about today's class. Clear all of you? Thank you. Thank you girls.